viewers at home. You are welcome to our program today, Al-Islam, the Peace with Queen Lateefah. Our guest today is a Nicobite, is an economist, is a mother, a sister, and also an advisor to the governance. Today on this program as you know that the program is over 3 segments, which the first segment covered the contemporary issues on Islam, while the second segment is about the young scholars, and the third segment is about the Islamic entertainment and fashion. But on this program today, on the first segment, we want to look at a very, very topic. It's something that is trending presently. In fact, we don't know, maybe it's the Einstein that caused this thing, or maybe there is a kind of evils or satanic forces that lead to this kind of a thing. Today on this program, we want to look at the rape, which is trending. Now, we see that everybody, almost children, adults, old ones are victims of rape. What could really be the problem? Why is this thing is trending that almost every day we have a new cases of rape all over the world? We want to look at why it's happening, how do we prevent it, then what is the solution to this rape and in an Islamic way. Today with me is an advisor, Sister Aminat Adebayo Shittu. Sister Aminat Adebayo Shittu is a fellow of the African Society for Communications and Administration in Nigeria. Is a programmers and a gender advisors of the Institute of the Governance and Leadership Study in Africa. Sister Aminat Adebayo Shittu is a wife of our former Ministers of Communication, Barrister Adebayo Shittu. Sister Aminat hails from Oyo State and she was born and bred in Ibadan, which is the largest city in Africa. Don't forget that. Then she's an economist by profession and a politician by vocation. I think I love that. So, dear viewers at home, please welcome our sister on this program by saying Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to you, Sister Aminat.
Wa alaikum salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
You know what? Today is one of my happiest days because since I've been doing this program, I will not be fortunate to interview Nicobites. And I'm so happy you are a politician and economist by profession. You are welcome to the program, ma.
Thank you. It's indeed a great pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Before we look at the topic today, because we want to look at the effect of the rape on the victims, then as a Muslim, how do we prevent it? Then what is the other solution if we are victims? So can you tell us a little about yourself?
Alhamdulillah, I'm Aminat Adebayo Shittu. I am married to my husband, the former Minister for Communications, and our marriage has been blessed with 2 children. And I'm an economist by profession, and I'm also a grassroots politician. I own an NGO, the Ideal Forum Initiatives, an NGO that caters for women, the girl child, and the youth specifically, considering a number of challenges that women, girl child, as well as the youth encounter in this period. And of course, I'm not a fanatic, because when people see me like this, they tend to relate it to fanaticism. I am not a fanatic. I'm just an individual. I'm a Muslim and I choose to dress Islamically, and no apology for that whatsoever.
Wow, I love that, Sister Aminat. You are welcome.
Thank you.
That is a little summary or little introductions about my guest today. Now let's dive into the topic of today, which is the effect of rape. Before we move into this, we want to look at the word. It's just a 4 letters word. What does it really mean? What can we consider as rape?
To me, I would say rape is an unwanted sex.
Okay.
Because
unwanted in what way?
Yes, unwanted because when we talk about sex in the real sense of sex,
Okay.
sex is an intimacy that occurs between a matured and grown-up man and woman, or you say a man and a lady. But then when something is being done forcefully, when your consent is not being sought, then it is unwanted because you do not want it. It's not as if you are giving yourself to the person to have whatever it is that he wants to have. You didn't see it coming. You never expected it. You never envisaged it. So it is totally unwanted. And when we talk about rape, we are talking about the assailant and the victim. The assailant is trying to force his or her way into the victim. So it's unwanted.
Wow, thank you very much for the definition of rape. And how do we relate this to Islam? What is Islamic perspective of this rape? What Islam says about it?
Well, I am not so grounded in the knowledge of occurrences and their judgments in Islam, but I will try my best to the best of my knowledge, because when I talk, scholars are allowed to criticize, but my own understanding is what I would tell the world. Now, you see, when we talk about rape in Islam, I relate it to zina, because zina in the first place is an unwanted relationship between a grown-up man and a grown-up woman, or a minor and a major, whether a male or a female, because it's so disheartening that women rape men.
Wow.
It's so disgusting to hear. So when we say rape in Islam and zina, the judgment for zina in Islam is that when there are witnesses that yes, the zina actually occurred, to the man it is usually stoning.
Okay.
They have to stone the man to death if it is a married man that is involved. But if it is an ordinary young man or a matured man but not married, would get 100 lashes of strokes, you know. But then rape, I would bring my own judgment from my understanding of zina. So for rape, I think when there are witnesses, when people witness the occurrence, the rape occurrence, you know, Islam deals with witnesses because Islam is a just religion. Islam does not judge based on sentiments or what have you. There has to be proper evidence that the rape occurred. So if the rape actually occurred when there are witnesses, that means that the person will be stoned, the man will be stoned to death. Peradventure, it is a young man who is not married, a man, any man, whether elderly, younger, or what have you, who is not married, would be given 100 lashes.